come to the front of the mat now, same stance in our feet. We'll step back into a lunge, and both of our arms above our head, alternating legs, straight arms, looking forward, and we're doing 10 of these total, 5 on each side. So we're alternating right side and then left side. I'm already regretting wearing this long sleeve. It was like so cold in here this morning, and now it is hot. There you go. So straight arms, set. Good job, you guys. So just 10 of those, 5 per side. On the next 10, because you're going to do 10 more, at the bottom, we'll come down and add 1 turn in towards that front knee. And I'll alternate 1 turn, and I'm trying to move through this part of my body, my torso. So we'll come down, 1 turn in, no movement in the legs. Your eyes, your whole shoulders are moving, and we'll do 10 more like that. 5 per side. There we go. Good work, you guys. So once we are done those ones, we'll come back to the other end of the mat. We're going to go through 1 more set of this, back into our walkout. Same amount, 5 reps. We'll see on this set if we can step this foot a little bit closer towards our hand. And then same opening rotation, following your hand with your eyes. We'll try to get right above ourselves, and then switch to the other side. Same thing, trying to step a little bit closer. So this is where we're tapping into some mobility through our hips. Just working with whatever you got going on this morning, at this hour, at this time of the day. So we'll do 5 of those, and as you go through, here in my eye, as you go through each rep, you might find that you will be able to step a little bit closer, maybe sink into that opening a little bit more. And we will do just 5 of those, but there is both sides every time you guys are at the bottom. So we're loosening up the back of the legs. Yes. Oh, so this one is going to, again, help us get that mid-back, lower back loosened up a little bit. Okay, so once you guys are done that one, we are back at the front of the mat for a second set of these lunges. Now on this next set here, we're going to do 1 side at a time, stepping back into a lunge. As we come down, we'll turn in and then stand and drive the knee up. So it's a little bit more dynamic. We come down and rotate and then stand and drive the knee, rather than going down, turning, resetting, and coming up. This one flows a little bit more. So we'll do 10 of these per side, where we step back, flow into that lunge, and then drive the knee up, balancing at the top. Might be the hardest part. And we'll go through these. And the thing with lunges, if you are really struggling with balance, we want to make sure that we're not accidentally like standing on a tightrope. When we step back into the lunge, this foot should go right behind this hip rather than coming behind the other foot. Because if you're doing that, then you're probably going to feel really wobbly. Whereas if you step back with that foot a little bit wider, it's going to just make your life a lot easier if you are currently falling over. So we're doing 10 of those on each side, 10 on the right, 10 on the left. With that knee drive at the top, you might feel work, definitely probably will feel work happening in the back of your leg. And then we are going down onto the floor. So come on down. So we're going into bird dogs. We'll go onto our hands and knees down here on our mat. First thing I'm going to do is bring my core in and together. So I'll kind of crunch up slightly so my back is just a little bit rounded. And then I'm going to bring my feet so that I'm gripping my toes into the floor like so. And then we'll extend opposite arm and leg and hold here for 1, 2, and then come in and do the other side now for 1, 2. Now, because I'm slightly rounded up like that, when I extend up to the top here, I don't arch my back because I'm already slightly bringing it up like this, which is why I want you guys to do that. We'll do 10 of these total, again with a 1, 2 second hold on each side. Go through 10 of those. These ones are surprisingly hard. I'm going to warm you up You focus on holding nice control there at the top. And again, thinking about your glute, your core, squeezing at the top there. So we'll go through 10 and 10. 10 total, sorry. And then what we're going to do for the next 10 is extend and then reach out to the side. I just kicked my plant. Sorry, dude. So we'll extend and then a little reach out to the side, reset, bring it in, and then we'll switch and do the other side. So we're slightly reaching that arm and leg away from the body, resetting them, and then bringing them back down. And that will take us through the next 10 and 5 to the side. Sorry if I messed you up there. The number, there we go. Yes. Ooh, bird dogs. All right, so take your time with those. But when you are done, you're going to stand up to the top, finish off with one more warm-up move before we go into some balancing stuff. Yes. This last one we're going to do is leg swing. So you want to find something to hold on to or position next to my wall here. If for some reason you don't have something to hold on to, you can do this not holding on something, but the focus here is not balance, it's to warm up our hip. So we're going back and forth as one, and we're doing 10 total, going like this, trying to kick our leg forward and backward, trying to warm up the hip and the glute. You can kind of squeeze your butt to kick the leg back, and then we'll switch, and you can do the same thing on the other side. Just loosening up the hips before we go into this next part here. Okay, so I'll let you guys go through those. Whew. When you are done, you can grab a quick sip of water if you would like. We are going to get you started here on 2 exercises. The focus of these 2 is not your cardio, although your heart rate is going to be getting up there doing these 2. We're going to complete 3 sets total. We'll start off with the one on the floor, which is our break dancers. So the whole goal with this one, I mean, this is kind of a full body situation, but the idea here today is to get the core work out of this. So we're back down on the hands and knees, similar to where we were for the bird dogs. We're going to pop off the knees, so we're just hovering above the floor, and then we'll rotate and extend this leg out to the side. Hand comes to the chest, and we'll feel work happening. And if this wasn't working, we would just fall down. So we're trying to hold ourselves up and then rotate back to center. You might want to move off your mat if your mat gets ruffled up. And we're doing 10 reps total, so 5 on each side, alternating. Let's start this up. So get down here with me if you're not already. Then we're rotating to the side, trying to extend the leg out straight, hand to the chest, and then back to the center. So staying low when we reset, and then as we turn, we can lift those hips up, and you'll feel that makes it a little bit more challenging. So we'll go through 10 of those, taking our time. Now, the slower you go with these, the harder they're going to be. The longer that you are down there, making all those muscles work. So take your time, / if you find them really hard, you can go a little bit quicker, vice versa. Alrighty. Okay, so once you guys have done that, you can stand yourself up, because like I said, this is a superset. So we're gonna pair this with another exercise, which is our balancing single leg deadlifts. So get your balance shoes on, just kidding. So we'll stand on one leg. I'm gonna stand on my left leg to start. Soften out this knee, and we'll start off with simply just doing that hip hinge. So I'm trying to push my hips back and then pull my hips forward. If you're good here, we'll work on extending the arms and the leg away from the body so that they are straight, and then coming up and driving the knee up to the top. So we're trying our best not to touch the floor here with this foot, and we're going through 10 reps total per side. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can try keeping your arms above the head the entire time so that they never come down and they stay extended. It's going to make it harder throughout everything in here, and balance as well. So we'll go through 10 and 10, and then we are going to complete 2 more sets of this, the break dancers, and then these single leg deadlifts. So yes, You might feel a little burning happening in the back of your hips, your butt, your glutes, but the focus here is your balance. So if that's not happening, you're touching your foot down, I want you guys to try your best to make this happen so that we don't have to touch our foot down. Even so much so, for those of you who are really struggling, to position yourself close to something so that you can focus on keeping this foot up. So we're not taking any rest. We're going right back down onto the floor into our second set of these other leg dances. They're kind of nice like this when you have a rep range and you're not doing them for time. I feel like we usually do these for like 40 seconds or 60 seconds. No, you just do 10 of them, 5 per set. So we'll get going on these ones when you guys are ready. If you find these are too hard, because these are pretty dang hard, what you can do is not go through that full rotation. You just kind of come to the side like this. You kick your leg through slightly, but you don't have to open all the way up if you can't. You can also try doing shoulder taps rather than going through that full-on rotation. And yes, it might feel a little easier, but overall, just might be a better option for you if you need to. So we're going through our second set of those deads. The balance. So we'll try to start on a harder side. If you guys have one, you know what side it is. Good work, you guys. So we'll go through our second set of these two. So as you go through these sets, you're waking up all those little stabilizing balance muscles. So in theory, it should be getting a little bit easier to hold and sustain yourself. If you still are really struggling, a conversation we need to have is what's happening with your feet. Oftentimes when someone is struggling with balance, and this is for, I used to train people in person, but I would look down and see their feet and their toes are wiggling and dancing and moving all over the place. And that unstable base is not going to help you stay stable up here. That's where this starts, is with your feet. So those of you balance strugglers out there, what you can do is think about gripping your entire foot into the floor. Your heel, your big toe, and your little toe should have those 3 points of contact. And then the weight should be evenly distributed over like the middle of your foot. So if you're really struggling, if you have to hold on to something, or you can't quite get that arm over your head situation going on, you have one more chance, doing 3 sets total, to go through these. So if you want to think about something on your final set, that might help you more than anything else, is just thinking about a strong contact with your foot. And sometimes it helps to be in socks or bare feet. I mean, maybe not if you have like a squishy carpet or something like that, but just the more stable the floor is, of course, the easier it will be to balance as well. So we'll go through this final set here, you guys. It's your last 1, 3. There you go. And I promise you guys, this is all the balance that we're doing today. I try to sneak it in there because, we all need it. We do. All right, so final round, 10 and 10. I will give you guys, well, we technically have about 3 minutes here, 2 to 3 minutes. So take your time. When you're finished this last set here, you can grab some water. And your equipment, come out here. All right. Take our sweet time, you guys, and grab yourself a quick sip of water once you are done. It should be warm on all levels, both physically and mentally, now that you just balanced there for an amount of time. Okay, so we are going to take about a minute here. So if you're not done, have that amount of time to finish. Moving on to the first of two circuits that we're going to do. This first one here will require equipment, regardless if you're jumping or not jumping, whereas the second one is equipment if you are low impact. Some of them, we'll talk about them when we get there. We are going on a timer, woo, which means you do not have to count, which is a nice change, especially if you did yesterday's class. So what we are going to do is set you guys this timer here. It's going to be our 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. So different time frames we've worked with. We've done the 40-20, the 60-20. Today we're doing 45 on, 15 off. So I am going to highly suggest and recommend that you guys take that 15 seconds of rest and work as hard as you can for the 45. Whereas other days I've said, you can work through the rest and ways to make it harder. Today we're going to work as hard as we can for 45, rest for 15, stay walking and all those things. We're going to go through 4 exercises. We're repeating them 4 times, and then we are going to move on to the next ones, okay? So equipment for this first one, if you're using dumbbells, they are on the floor. If you don't have dumbbells, you can have imaginary dumbbells there. You don't actually need them. Or if you have bands, you can put the bands down instead of the dumbbells in place of them like this. We're using them as our reference points because we are doing our lateral high knees for 45 seconds. So we're coming to one side, opposite hands. We go 1, 2, 3 through the dumbbells or bands. And this is going to be you guys for this amount of time, okay? I'm going to show you the other 3 on a timer so that we can start, so that we can finish. Okay, yeah, I think we should be good, except the timer was only set for 2 sets. Don't know why. There we go. Okay, you guys, so get set up here. Low impact version is coming at you hot as soon as I press start on this timer, so if you don't jump, get ready. Starting in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Always legs out on that first beat, but that's okay. That was our starting beat, so you guys are starting your first set of these high knees. If you're low impact, we're going through a quick march, trying to lift the knees up on either side. Arms are helping, and you're doing your thing here. 25 seconds left. Let's go. See if we can get this on. It always does this to me. The starting beat is like the most important, or maybe the finishing one. 10 more seconds, you guys. Let's go. Arms and legs together. Come on now. 3, 2, 1. Yes, we do have a beat. All right, you guys. Nice work. So we're resting, we're breathing. Second one is our invisible wall slams. We have been here before. We are here again in a squat stance, holding that air, that invisible ball, over our head, and we're going to explosively squat down and try to slam that air. Let's go. So this one is low impact right off the bat. If you need to make it a little bit easier, you can go a bit more controlled on the way up. You can also not sit so low, but no one needs to sit lower than 90 degrees. This is fine. Anything below that is too low, so we won't sit that low. We'll just focus on exhaling and trying to be powerful on the way down. I know it's kind of easier said than done when you're holding air, but if you think about it, you push yourself, you're going to get a lot out of this one. Come on now. 3, 2, 1. Nice work, you guys. Okay. Woo. So band users, if you don't have dumbbells, we're going to grab our band, hold it like this. If you have dumbbells, we're picking them up, holding it like that as well. If your dumbbells are kind of heavy, you can hold one sideways. We're coming to one side of our mat, and we're going to go through these high knees, traveling to one end of our mat and back. We're pulling in our core nice and tight. So we're getting some work happening in here, in the front of the hips. And then our cardio is working really hard because we're having to hold these weights here, or hold that band there, that you guys are using, in that still position. And the wider you hold it, the harder. So you want to make it a bit more challenging. With the band, that is, widen up the hands. Dumbbells, stay still. Yes. 10 seconds left. Oh, yes. Good job, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. And time. Okay, so last one, we're doing a butt kick jog. Now with this one, we can travel, make it interesting, do it in place, do whatever you want. We're gonna get through 45 seconds butt kick jogging. If you're low impact, we're doing this butt kick in place with no jump in our feet. And then my jumping piece, you can go forward and backward, switch it up. Or you can go sideways, whatever floats your boat, more so just to keep you interested and kind of make it a little bit more dynamic. I don't want to say fun, but 20 seconds left, you guys. Yes, you got this. 10 more seconds. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was our first round. Nice work, you guys. We're setting up for our second, which starts in 10 seconds. So we'll put our weights back down, our bands, whatever we were using. Coming over to one side. Ready? Here we go. So as we go through this, as our body kind of realizes what's going on, we can start to pick up the pace a little bit. Not necessarily as a whole, but from getting from one side to the other. So we think about A and then B. We're trying to get from one side to the other as fast as possible. And if that, we need to rest a little bit on each side so that we can move faster rather than just kind of going at 1 speed, like back and forth. You're going to get much more out of this if you can tap into that quickness, to that power. 10 more seconds. Let's go. A to B. That chair arm is in this video. And rest. Nice work, you guys. Okay. Invisible ball slams. I almost forgot. Don't worry, I have it written down in front of me. All right, so grab that area, guys. Roll over your head. Exhale and slam it down. So the more of these you can do, the faster you can move your body, the more you're going to get out of this. 30 seconds. Good work, guys. Halfway there. So pace yourself. We'll try to get through 10 more. You have to hustle for them, though. 10 seconds left. Woo! Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Do not stop. Only in 3, 2, 1. Good job, you guys. Okay, so we're going to lift up those dumbbells, that band, whatever you guys are using. Before we start, you can again try to kind of bring your ribs and pelvis together or do that little pelvic tilt, and then we'll lift up the knee, and that way we're not arching through our back like this, because that's going to cause me low back pain, where if I kind of crunch under slightly, it's going to not, just overall, make that risk a lot less. The other thing we want to make sure of is that we're only lifting up to 90 degrees. Not too high, because if you lift your leg too high, you're going to start to bend that bottom leg, which we do not want. So when in doubt, just hold those dumbbells there and just breathe. 10 seconds left. And with a band which burns, especially if you pull it apart, try it. 5 seconds. 3, 2. Ooh, nice job, guys. Okay, the butt kick jog. So this one, I don't want to say it's the easiest one. I mean, really depends on how hard you push yourself, but I want you guys to make this feel like you need to stop. By the time we get to the end of this 45 seconds, I want you actually needing to stop because you just pushed yourself so hard. So you have 30 seconds right now to build up your pace, to find a pace that you can hold, and then just add a little bit too. A little bit extra too, because you're halfway. We have 20 seconds left. So we'll try to connect the arms and legs together a little bit tighter. Move the feet a bit faster. Yes. Especially if you're low impact. I want to see you hustle in to move fast here. Come on now. 5 seconds. So close. 3, 2, 1. Nice work, you guys. That was our second set. We're going to do that 2 more times, and we are done with these exercises. Yay. All right. So get set up because you're starting right now. Let's go. That 15 seconds of rest goes so fast. So now our body is nice and warm. It knows what's going on. You've already done it twice. So this round and the next one are the time that you need to push yourself a little bit harder than what you did on the prior round here. Halfway, guys. Let's go. There we are. Good work. So we have 10 seconds left to do it. Let's go. Push until you hear that beep. And time. Nice work, you guys. Okay. Ball slams. So set up your feet. Again, we're in this squat stance, toes slightly pointed out. Deep breath. And here we go. Let's do it. So we'll try to go through these ones with a clear difference on your speed and your effort on the way down and on the way up. The way down is way more powerful, way more explosive than the way up. And we're trying to exhale on the way down, which I know is a bit backwards from our squats. Normally we're exhaling on the way up, but that's because in a squat, that's the powerful phase. In this ball slam, the down is the power. So let's get it with that breath. You have 10 more seconds left to make it a bit stronger. And that whole body, arms, legs, everything at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Nice job, you guys. Okay. The 90-degree hold with the leg lifts. Definitely one of my nemesises of an exercise, the swan burns, but it's a really great one because you get lots of stuff going on from some work in your upper body, your arms, your shoulders, your core works so much just to keep these weights up. If it wasn't, you'd be all rounded over like this. You get work in the hips, and then your cardio because you're trying to keep it cool here after you just doing all this other crazy stuff that gets your heart rate up. Hold those weights. Some breathing. 20 seconds left, you guys. Thinking about all the things, trying to distract you. So we'll finish up strong here. Remembering you just have to do this one more time. 10 seconds left. So strong arms, and we're traveling laterally, sideways. 3, 2, 1. Good work, you guys. Okay, butt kick jog, one more set. And then we are moving on. And in my personal, professional opinion, I think the second circuit is a little bit easier than the first. I don't know. We'll find out. We certainly will find out. Okay, let's go. So butt kick jog. And low impact. We're really trying to hustle to get the feet and arms moving together. Let's do it. Good work, you guys. So we're pushing ourselves here halfway through. 20 seconds left. I'm trying to keep it, make it dynamic, a little bit more interesting, but stay strong with your intensity, with your control, your arms and legs. It's all moving together. 10 seconds left. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. All right. The quickest sip of water because we're going to do our last set in 10 seconds. And then we are going to take 2 minutes of rest, just rest, before we start our second circuit. So set up your dumbbells, set up your bands, and let's go. Trying to work those quick feet. Last chance, last set. Let's get it. All right, guys. There you go. So strongest set, although you are the most tired you have been. You're still pushing yourself just as good and just as strong as you did in your last set you did. 10 more seconds is all we need from you. So let's give it right now. Let's go. One more time. There, I'm back. 3, 2, 1. The lateral high knees are done. Good job, you guys. Okay. Ball slams. These last 3 of this circuit. And then we'll rest a little bit. All right. Grab that air. And let's go. So again, we're trying to be strong and powerful on the way down. Be in control the entire time. Yes. Invisible ball slams. 20 seconds left, you guys. We're halfway there. Let's get them. So these ones can be so easy if you're just kind of going through the motions. So let's try our best. Be intentional. We have 10 more seconds left. Try to see if you can get at least 3 more in. Strong ones. 3, 2, 1. Ball slams are done. Good job, you guys. Okay. We have these last 2. The hold, the butt kick, and then we are resting. Okay. So pick up your dumbbells, your band, whatever you guys are using. Holding it up 90 degrees. And we're working with these lateral high knees. Trying to think about pulling our core in, keeping our hands where they should be. If we're working with the band, we're pulling the band apart. Yes. Burning upper body now. But you have this. Just breathe through it. Think you're not going to make it. Try to take one more deep breath. 20 seconds left. There you go. Hands apart if you're working with the band. Your arms are parallel with each other. 10 more seconds. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and put it down. Nice job, you guys. All right. The final one, the butt kick jog. We are going to work you guys through this one for 45 seconds. 2 minutes of rest. And we have our last part of the workout today. All right, let's go. So working with this one here, the butt kick jog. Getting you guys going on. For the last set. Yes. So breathe through this. 20 seconds. Which means we're halfway there. Good job, guys. Let's go. A little bit faster, a little bit more. Hop in your step. 10 seconds left. Let's get it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Good job, you guys. Okay. So I have stopped the timer and I have put one on for 2 minutes because I always tend to talk a little bit too much. So I've set this timer. We are going to rest so you guys can grab some water, breathe, walk it off, try to recover a little bit, although we are going to get your heart rate all the way back up there on this next circuit, which we are going to be working through starting in, about 1.5 minutes. So I'm just going to adjust our timer as our time frame is a bit different. So for this second and last circuit today, we are going to up the time to 60 seconds of work, up the time to 20 seconds of rest, but we have 3 exercises and we're going to do them 4 times total. So the very first one is going to be an alternating side plank. That one is down on the floor, so it's going to get you all hot and heavy. So we're going to start with this one, do it for 1 minute, and then we will stand up and I will show you the other 2 on the timer, just as we did on that last circuit. For the other 2, and I suppose the alternating side plank, we will talk about if you do want to incorporate equipment into it to make it a little bit harder, but do keep your bands and dumbbells close if you are wanting to use them, especially if you are non-jumping, so you have a non-jumping option. Okay, you guys ready? Alternating side planks. So 60 seconds, what we're going to do is take our arms like this and put them on the floor so that they are in this position rather than this position. This is going to help us stay a lot safer in our shoulders, whereas this one makes it a little sketchy on the shoulders. So that's important. We'll get ourselves into this plank position. I'm going to press start on this timer so we don't waste no time, no energy. And then we are going to do this. You guys ready? Set. All right, here we go. So parallel forearms, feet are wider than hip width, we're going to roll the feet and rotate, open up into the side plank, and then roll the feet back into this position, and then rotate over to the other side. So I'm going to wait for a little bit close. Oh, that was my 2-minute time. So you were a little shy. That's okay. All right, so we're rolling here, going through this. If you find that this is too challenging, you can either try doing this from the knees if you need to, or you can simply just hold this plank position and just breathe in the plank and hang out here. If you're just holding, you can move your arms. And we are doing this for 15 more seconds, you guys. So we're opening up our chest, trying to follow our hand with our eyeballs. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice work, you guys. Okay. Ooh. Stand yourself up. So the second one we're going into, a little bit of coordination here. We're going to be stepping forward, backward, switch. It's been a hot minute since we've done this one, but you might remember this, as it takes a little bit of brain power as well. So if you don't jump, you can either hold weights in your hands, or you can just do this without jumping. We switch, and then we'll step forward, back lunge, and then I switch legs. Land in the lunge, and do the other side. So as you start to get that coordination with your legs and your feet, you can incorporate your arms in. Opposite arm, opposite leg. You guys got it going on. 30 seconds. So leg burner, and we're getting the heart rate up. The faster you do this, of course, the harder it's going to be, but most importantly is that you're in control of everything that's happening here. 15 seconds left. Good work, you guys. So we are breathing in. 3, 2, and time. Good job, you guys. Okay, so very last one. If you guys are not going to be jumping, you can grab onto your weights. What we're going to do is get ourselves into this position and work with a star jump. So we're going to jump our legs and arms out beside us so that we end up in that star position at the top. Again, if you don't jump, you can either do this non-jumping and just open up your hands like so, or if you want, you can add a weight into it and press up instead. It's going to make it a little bit more kind of like a thruster, just overall make it a bit harder. Okay. Ooh, the star jumps. So we're trying to end up in that star position here, and then back into this kind of closed squat position. Yep. 20 seconds, you guys, come on. Let's do it. 15 seconds left. We're breathing through each of these. Exhaling as we open. Let's do this. Give me like 2 more. 3, 2, okay. Good work. So we're gonna rest. We have 20 seconds now. We can grab some water. But that was the end of our first set. And like I said, we are doing 4. So we have 3 more to go through. Starting back on the floor with that first one we did, the alternating side plank. You guys ready? Ready or not? Here we go. So we'll go through again, same positioning with our forearms, rolling our feet, ending up on the sides of our feet, chest open. And with this one, if you do need to make this a little bit easier, if you're kind of stuck between being off your knees or on your knees, you can widen up your feet, as it will make this feel a lot easier most of the time. Whew. So you guys are halfway, so please pace yourself more than anything else. In these longer rounds, these 60-second rounds, find a pace that you can maintain throughout the whole thing rather than, going as hard as you can for the first 30 seconds and then having to stop. I want you to just keep doing something, even if it's slow, even if you have to pause in the plank in between each one. 10 seconds left. And time. Nice work, you guys. Okay, So you can stand yourself up. Take some deep breaths here. It's gonna want them, get all that air in there. Going into our second set of these lunges. So again, you can start in the center of your mat. We'll start off by stepping forward. Same leg comes backwards, all the way into the next lunge, and then I do that on the other side. Whoop. So yes, there's a lot of leg burning going on here and happening that's going to creep up on you. So at any point, if it gets too much, and if you can't keep going because your legs are on fire, whether it was from yesterday, from Monday, whatever it was, you can make this a little bit more manageable by not sinking so low into those lunges and just going a little bit faster without going all the way down into the lunge. So if that's you and if you actually have to stop because your legs are literally not going to make it, then that's something that you can do to just not sink so low. So you have 15 seconds left. You got to keep going here. These ones do creep up on you. I know. I know. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good job, you guys. Okay. So breathe. Walk it off. Quick sip of water. We're going to go into our star jumps. Best for last, right? Okay. So we're starting again, feet together, hips back. So we're kind of in like a deadlift position. Arms by our sides, and then we'll jump out. And the wider you get the arms and the legs, the harder. So the more energy it takes for you to get them back, but it's really important that you can get them back in and able to land in that soft position. And if you can't, then maybe you want to try out the low impact version like this, rather than jumping. Even if you have to do a mix of the two, because you have 30 seconds left. So with these ones, I guarantee you guys, if I was doing this workout with you for reals, and these star jumps came on for 1 minute, I'm telling you right now that I would have a very, very hard time, if not impossible time, to do these for the entire minute. But I would take my rest right here, okay? Rather than me stopping and resting and pondering my life, I'll stay ready, but I might not go, as fast, but I might take some time here. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I just said that, so hopefully you can relate, because you have to do this 2 more times. And if at any point you feel like you're not going to make it, I want you guys to do something to keep going. That's a good one to do in that one. All right, starting this third time, side plank, get down there. You're starting in 3, 2, right now. Let's go. Third set, my friends. Good work, you guys. So pace yourself. Second last time you're here. You have 30 seconds left. So same with this one. You don't have to be too ambitious on getting as many side planks in as you can. Control is more important. And if you're going so fast that you lose control or that you have to stop, maybe slow down a little bit. Spend some more time in the front plank. You can finish off there. So 10 seconds left. And no knees are on the floor unless that's what you've been doing the whole time. We're going to try to hold what we were doing. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Nice job, you guys. Okay. The lunges. Sneaking in the lunges on a Wednesday. Okay. Deep breath here, people. We're going to go into these ones again, starting front to back to switch. Ready, set. Here we go. So we're trying again to push all the way off into this back lunge, switching our legs, landing soft as possible. Whew. And at any point, we can take that jump out. So if you guys aren't going to make it, you can just step back rather than jumping and switching your feet. So you got 30 seconds left. Let's go. So we'll try to get there and back 3 more times each leg. Yes. But you gotta work for that. You have just over 10 seconds on a third set. Okay, 3, 2, 1, rest. Nice work, guys. All right, star jumps. Who put these last? I did. All right, so we have these last. They're really challenging, but we're gonna try our best to pace ourselves so we can get through this, okay? So set up your feet. Take one of them nice deep breaths, and let's go. Trying to work with our star jumps, staying consistent with our pace. But at any point, if we need to rest, try to do it down at the bottom here where you're ready to go. You don't have to sit so low into a squat. You can keep your butt up in the air and then just leave out of that position. This is the one. This is the one that you're going to want to stop. The one that you might be feeling like you already need to stop because we're halfway there. So just keep my voice, even though it's in your head the entire time here. Keep it in the back of your head and remember that it's important that you keep going right now. 20 seconds. Let's do this. So one more round after this, you guys. Come on. Do not give up. 10 seconds. We'll set a nice strong standard right now for what we have to do in our last round. Yes. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Here we are. We are here. Final set. Starting off on the floor, finishing off two standing ones, and we are done. All the way down. Okay, so get down there. You are starting your alternating side planks last set in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Parallel arms, and we're trying to open up and rotate our feet and our hips. Last set, you guys. Woohoo! There we are. So we're opening up our chest. Trying to exhale every time we open. Follow that hand up. Halfway, 30 seconds. All we need. Which I know might seem like a lot right now, but if you just focus on your breath, take about 5 more deep breaths. Nice deep ones, and we will be there. Just think about that, don't think about the time. But whatever you do, hold at least a plank until you hear this beep. Come on, less than 10. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And time. Alternating side planks, done. Good job. Stand it up. Whew. All right, so we're moving on to our final two, our alternating lunges, back and forth. Whew. Star jumps, and then we are there. Starting in 3, 2, here we go. And if you're not going to make it with the legs, switch without the jump. And let's do this. Last set. Good job, guys. And pushing through this for 30 more seconds. You guys are halfway there. Halfway down this one. There you go. So breathe through that burn. This is the burn that you can work through, but you really just have to push yourself physically and mentally to get through this kind of stuff. 10 more seconds left. Let's try to surprise ourselves here. A little bit stronger right now. Yes. Strong finish. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, you guys, this is it. We are here. The last one, we save the best for last, star jumps. So let's get through these. We're going to do them for 1 minute, and then we are going to walk it off for the very last time. If you guys can get on with your day or start your day or whatever. Okay, ready? Ready or not? Let's go. So final set of these star jumps. Like I said, pace yourself. We all start off quite ambitious. You just stop and not hop in there. And then you'll find that you kind of hit a wall and you have to slow down. So find a pace that you can just keep going. Rather than starting off really fast, start off slow and then build up on it. And then that way you're going for the whole 60 seconds. So you have 30 left. We're halfway. Good job, you guys. Okay, so again, breathing between your reps if you need to, trying to finish strong here. We have 20 seconds left to go through these. And I want you guys to get at least 10 more of these in. Yes, that's it, 10. Let's go. We got 10 seconds left. They are quick. You gotta hustle for them. Hopefully you're done soon because the time is here in 3, 2, and time. You guys are done. Yay. Okay, so right now we are gonna take the next 2 to 5 minutes, 2 to 5, to rest, recover, and let our heart rate come down. Because what we just did right there, probably feeling quite hot and heavy, like, you know, you struggle to hold down a conversation, which is a good thing. That means that you did what I asked and you worked very hard, so yay. But we need to relax a little bit, let our heart rate come down, chill out our body before we stop moving altogether, sit down, or start our stretching. So pace your room, walk around, sip your water, whatever you want to do outside. Well, it's very smoky out there still. We are going to have a couple stretches to go through. Most importantly is the hip flexors. We did a lot of leg lifting stuff and core work, and so we want to stretch these hips out. And then your guys' calves, which is one that, especially if you did all that jumping stuff, you were joining me yesterday, we did some jumping as well. So please take a couple minutes, you guys, okay? But as soon as you start to feel ready, like you could hold down that combo, and you feel, you know, a bit more normal, then you can start to go into these stretches. But please do not rush, as it just might make you feel a little uneasy, a little sick if you stop moving right now, because all your blood is flowing all over the place. So when you're ready, you can go into this stretch. If you're not yet, you can just watch me here so you know what to go into. And we'll hold each side for at least 30 seconds. A minute is better. At least a minute is a good place to be. So you can do both. Trying to stretch out the lower back of the leg, your calf muscles, and we'll hold this. And then, in addition to this one, like I said, probably even more importantly, is this half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So with the pelvic tilt, nice opening in the front side of the hip here, and I'm holding on to something so I don't have to worry about balancing. So once you guys have done your calf stretch, you can come down here, as that one kind of helps you cool down a little bit as well. And we can hold this hip flexor stretch. Same idea, at least 30 seconds, you guys. Try not to be too impatient here. I know I'm super ADD when it comes to stretching, but 60 seconds is really where you start to get benefits. So 60, even if you can hold it longer, 90 seconds. If you are prone to a tight lower back, tight hips, or low back pain, this will just help you loosen that up, especially because of all the stuff that we just did. So please take some time to stretch your hips out, holding both sides here. And then anything else that you guys want to do, your lower back, if you want to spend some time cat-cowing it and going down onto your heels, take your time with it, okay? You guys have, I mean, I don't know if you have time, but this is the time for you to stretch. So you can take about 5 or 10 minutes and do some stretches for your body, ones that you think that you want to do, but those two are the most important. You guys are done with me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dave. Yay. I'm all hot and sweaty over here. Hopefully you are feeling that as well. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow, Friday. We have upper body tomorrow, legs on Friday. And those of you who are watching the replay, please drop a comment below so I know you were here. Thank you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.